When installing fluorescent strip lighting fixtures on a suspended ceiling, it's crucial to understand the National Electrical Code, or NEC, requirements for supporting these fixtures. The NEC mandates that all suspended lighting fixtures must be supported independently of the ceiling grid. This is because the ceiling grid is not engineered to bear the weight of the lighting fixtures and could potentially fail or collapse if the fixtures are not properly supported. Ensuring the independent support of lighting fixtures is a fundamental safety measure, as it prevents the risk of the fixtures falling, which could cause injury or damage. There are several accepted methods for providing this independent support from the building structure. Firstly, threaded rods can be used. These rods are typically attached to the ceiling joists or rafters, which are structural members of the building. The threaded rods then extend down to support the lighting fixtures. This method provides a strong and reliable means of supporting the weight of the fixtures. Secondly, wire hangers can also be employed. Similar to threaded rods, wire hangers are attached to the ceiling joists or rafters. These hangers are specifically designed to suspend objects from above and are rated for specific weight capacities. When using wire hangers, it's essential to select hangers that are capable of supporting the weight of the lighting fixtures with an adequate safety margin. Regardless of the chosen method, it is paramount to ensure that the lighting fixtures are securely supported and that there is no possibility of them falling. This involves carefully considering the weight of the fixtures, the strength of the supporting structure, and the load-bearing capacity of the hardware used. Additionally, proper installation techniques are essential to ensure that the support system is robust and reliable. Always consult the NEC and any applicable local codes for specific requirements and guidelines related to the installation of suspended lighting fixtures. These codes provide detailed information on acceptable support methods, load-bearing capacities, and other safety considerations. Proper adherence to these codes is essential to ensure a safe and compliant installation. To elaborate further on the NEC requirements, it's helpful to understand the specific sections that address the support of suspended lighting fixtures. While the exact section numbers may vary depending on the edition of the NEC, the core principles remain consistent. Look for sections that cover the installation of luminaires, which is the technical term for lighting fixtures. These sections will typically outline the requirements for independent support, as well as other relevant considerations such as wiring methods, grounding, and clearances. One key aspect of independent support is that the support system must be capable of supporting the weight of the fixture without relying on the ceiling grid. This means that the ceiling grid should not be used as the primary means of support. Instead, the support system should be directly connected to the building structure, such as the ceiling joist or rafters. This ensures that the weight of the fixture is transferred directly to the structural members of the building, rather than being borne by the ceiling grid. In addition to the NEC requirements, it's also important to consider the manufacturer's instructions for the lighting fixtures and the support hardware. The manufacturer's instructions will typically provide specific guidance on how to install the fixtures properly, including recommendations for the type of support hardware to use and the proper installation techniques. Following the manufacturer's instructions is essential to ensure that the fixtures are installed correctly and that the support system is adequate. When selecting support hardware, it's important to choose products that are specifically designed for the purpose of supporting lighting fixtures. These products will typically be listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or UL, which indicates that they have been tested and certified to meet certain safety standards. Using listed hardware provides assurance that the products are of good quality and that they are capable of supporting the weight of the fixtures safely. In addition to threaded rods and wire hangers, there are other methods that can be used to support suspended lighting fixtures. One alternative is to use chain, which can be attached to the ceiling joists or rafters and then connected to the fixtures. Chain provides a flexible and adjustable means of support, which can be useful in situations where the ceiling is uneven or where the fixtures need to be positioned at a specific height. Another option is to use a combination of methods, such as using threaded rods to support the main weight of the fixture and then using wire hangers to provide additional stability. The specific method or combination of methods that is used will depend on the specific circumstances of the installation, including the weight of the fixtures, the configuration of the ceiling, and the available support structure. Regardless of the method chosen, it's important to ensure that the support system is properly installed and that it is capable of supporting the weight of the fixtures safely. This may involve consulting with a qualified electrician or structural engineer to ensure that the installation is compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. In summary, supporting suspended lighting fixtures independently of the ceiling grid is a critical safety requirement outlined in the NEC. There are several methods for achieving this, including the use of threaded rods, wire hangers, and chain. The specific method or combination of methods that is used will depend on the specific circumstances of the installation. However, regardless of the method chosen, it's essential to ensure that the support system is properly installed and that it is capable of supporting the weight of the fixtures safely. Always consult the NEC local codes and the manufacturer's instructions for specific guidance and requirement. Furthermore, let's consider some practical examples of how these support methods are applied in real-world installations. Imagine a retail store with a large open ceiling area. The store owner wants to install numerous fluorescent strip lighting fixtures to illuminate the merchandise. In this scenario, a common approach would be to use threaded rods to support the fixtures. The threaded rods would be attached to the ceiling joists or rafters above, and then extend down to connect to the fixtures. The rods would be spaced evenly along the length of the fixtures to provide consistent support. The height of the fixtures can be adjusted by turning the threaded rods. This allows for precise control over the lighting levels in the store. As another example, consider an office building with a suspended ceiling. In this case, wire hangers might be a more suitable option for supporting the lighting fixtures. The wire hangers can be easily attached to the ceiling grid and then connected to the fixtures. Wire hangers are particularly useful in situations where the ceiling grid is already in place, as they can be quickly and easily installed without requiring any major modifications to the ceiling structure. However, it's important to ensure that the wire hangers are properly rated for the weight of the fixtures and that they are securely attached to both the ceiling grid and the fixtures. In some cases, a combination of threaded rods and wire hangers may be used. For example, threaded rods could be used to support the main weight of the fixtures, while wire hangers could be used to provide additional stability and prevent the fixtures from swaying or moving. This approach can be particularly useful in areas that are subject to vibrations or strong winds. When installing suspended lighting fixtures, it's also important to consider the wiring connections. The wiring must be installed in accordance with the NEC and all other applicable codes. This includes ensuring that the wiring is properly sized for the load, that it is protected from physical damage, and that it is properly grounded. The wiring connections should be made in a junction box, which is a metal or plastic enclosure that protects the wiring from the environment. The junction box should be securely mounted to the building structure and should be accessible for future maintenance and repairs. In addition to the NEC requirements, it's also important to consider the aesthetic appearance of the installation. The support hardware should be chosen to blend in with the surrounding environment and should not be obtrusive or unsightly. The wiring should be neatly routed and concealed whenever possible. The overall goal is to create a lighting installation that is both safe and aesthetically pleasing. To further emphasize the importance of proper support, consider the potential consequences of a poorly installed lighting fixture. If a fixture is not properly supported, it could fall from the ceiling, potentially causing serious injury or damage. A falling fixture could strike a person, causing a head injury or other bodily harm. It could also damage property, such as furniture, equipment, or merchandise. In addition to the physical risks, a poorly installed lighting fixture can also create a fire hazard. If the wiring is not properly installed, it could short-circuit, potentially causing a fire. A falling fixture could also damage the wiring, creating a fire hazard. For these reasons, it's essential to take the installation of suspended lighting fixtures seriously and to ensure that all applicable codes and regulations are followed. By taking the time to properly support and wire the fixtures, you can help to create a safe and reliable lighting installation that will provide years of trouble-free service. Finally, let's address some common misconceptions about supporting suspended lighting fixtures. One common misconception is that the ceiling grid is strong enough to support the weight of the fixtures. As mentioned earlier, this is not the case. The ceiling grid is not designed to bear the weight of lighting fixtures and could potentially fail or collapse if the fixtures are not properly supported independently. Another common misconception is that it's okay to use whatever hardware is readily available to support the fixtures. This is also not the case. Only hardware that is specifically designed and listed for the purpose of supporting lighting fixtures should be used. This hardware is designed to meet certain safety standards and is capable of supporting the weight of the fixture safely. Using makeshift or unapproved hardware could create a safety hazard. A third common misconception is that it's okay to skip the grounding requirements if the fixtures are not easily accessible. This is also not the case. Grounding is an essential safety measure that helps to protect against electrical shock. All lighting fixtures should be properly grounded, regardless of their location. Ignoring the grounding requirements could create a serious safety hazard. By understanding these common misconceptions and by following the proper installation procedures, you can help to ensure that your suspended lighting fixtures are installed safely and correctly. In conclusion, the installation of suspended lighting fixtures requires careful attention to detail and a thorough understanding of the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations. By following the proper procedures and by using the appropriate hardware, you can create a safe and reliable lighting installation that will provide years of trouble-free service. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician or structural engineer if you have any questions or concerns about the installation. Their expertise can help to ensure that the installation is compliant with all applicable codes and regulations and that it is safe for all occupants of the building.